Welcome professionals. In this session, I am touching upon important topic self-awareness. Knowing ourselves is important. We feel that we know ourselves, but this is not true. So we must try to explore ourselves. What is our strengths and what are the gray areas we have to improve upon? If we know our strengths and improvement areas, we can plan better strategy. This is success mantra. Let us start to learn how to explore. Now I am touching upon how to understand ourselves. When actions and values are aligned, you feel positive and self-confident. There is an important quotation by Chinese philosopher. It is wisdom to know others. It is enlightenment to know oneself. Have you ever worked with someone who was very self-aware? This person considered the needs and feeling of others, took responsibility for mistakes, was humble about strengths, never said thoughtless things, and was aware of how words and action affected others. This person was great to work with. Self awareness is one of the most important qualities that you can have as a leader, and developing self awareness is important in both your personal and professional life. In this article, we shall look at self-awareness in more detail and we shall explore how you can develop yourself. Self-awareness is sometimes confused with self-consciousness, but there is an important difference between these. Self-consciousness is a hypersensitized state of self-awareness. It is the excessive preoccupation with your own manners, behavior, or appearance, and is often seen as negative. Self-awareness is focused on the impact your behavior has on other people and as such is much more positive. Self-awareness is one of the most important elements of emotional intelligence. It gives you the ability to understand and control your own emotions and actions, and it helps you understand how these affect the emotions and actions of others. Self-awareness brings benefit in both your personal and professional life. So self-awareness is quite important. First research shows a strong link between self-awareness and high performer. You are simply more effective in a leadership role when you understand your internal state as well as your team members' emotions. If you are aware of your own strengths and weaknesses, you have the power to use your strengths intentionally and to manage or eliminate your weaknesses. When you can admit that you don't know and you have the humility to ask for help when you need it, you increase your credibility with your team. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses also has positive long-term benefits for your career as well as for your long-term health and happiness. In one study, we find that researchers found that leaders who were aware of their strengths were more self-confident, were more highly paid, and were happier at work. On a personal level, having self-awareness allows you to approach people and situations with confidence. In turn, this means that you gain control of your whole life, direction, and experiences. Now I am going to explain how to develop self-awareness. There are several ways to develop self-awareness. Keep in mind, however, that this takes time and work. Point number one, know your strength and weaknesses. This is the first step. You can start building self-awareness by learning where you are strongest and weakest. We have to conduct a personal SWOT analysis to get a better understanding of this. When we understand how our personality compares with the personality of other people, we can discover what motives or motivates us and how we relate to the world. Both of these are important aspects of self-awareness. Now, the second point is reflection on the impact you have. When you are self-aware, you understand how you instinctively think, connect with other people, communicate, and make decisions. A great way to understand this thing is to keep a journal where you write about your day, the things that you did, the emotions you experienced and expressed, and the consequences of these. This helps you think about what does and what does not work for you and helps you be more aware of your impact on other people. Or take some time in the evening to reflect quietly about your day and think about how effectively you worked with people. What did you do really well and what could you have done better? Third point is we have to focus on others. People who are self-aware are conscious of how their words and actions influence others. To become more self-aware of how you affect others, learn how to manage your emotions. Take time to weigh what you say carefully and think about how it will affect the person that we are speaking to. If you find yourself taking your stress, anger, or frustrations out of others, stop immediately. Instead, see if you can find something positive about the situation. Take a few deep breaths or even walk away if you find that you can't control your emotions. When you manage your own words or actions, it does not mean that you are being false. Rather, it shows that you care about other people enough not to say or do something that might affect them in a negative way. Showing humility is an important part of this. When you are humble, you focus your attention and energy on others and not on yourself. Now, the step 4 or the point number 4, ask for feedback. Getting feedback is important for developing self-awareness. After all, this is often the only way that you can find out about issues that you may not be able to face directly. You can get feedback from your colleagues and team members either with direct questions or with 360-degree feedback. When you ask for feedback from the people around you, this gives you a chance to see your behavior from their point of view. What is more, it can help you identify weaknesses that you can't see or that you had preferred to ignore. Now we have learned key points. By developing self-awareness, you get to know what does and what does not work for you. And you learn how to manage your impact on other people. People with high level of self-awareness are more effective as leaders because they deal with people positively and they inspire trust and credibility in their team members. As a result, these people also often have more satisfying careers and higher incomes. To develop self-awareness, learn about your strengths and weaknesses. Take time to analyze the decisions that you make. Focus on managing your emotions and be humble about your accomplishment. Now I am going to explain what is Johari window. The model provides a simple visual reference for examining your personality and for improving understanding between individuals. Most people use it to develop self-awareness, but we can also use it as a personal development tool and to build better workplace relationships. There are two kinds of ideas behind the tool. You can build trust with others by disclosing information about yourself. With the help of feedback from other people, you can learn about yourself and deal with personal issues. The Johari window has 4 panes called quadrants. Each quadrant contains information about your self-awareness and how others see you. Now you are seeing Johari window 4 quadrant. The first quadrant is open area, second quadrant is blind area, third quadrant is hidden area, fourth quadrant is unknown area. Now I'm going to explain the 4 quadrants. Open area means quadrant area 1. The open area represents the thing that you know about yourself and that others also know about you. This includes your behavior, your knowledge, your skills, your attitude, and your public history. The second quadrant, that is called blind area. The blind area represents things about yourself that you are not aware of, but that others know about you. For example, you might not realize that you are a great listener until someone points it out to you. The third quadrant, that is hidden area. The hidden area represents things that you know about yourself, but that you keep hidden from other people. Unknown area, that is quadrant 4. The unknown area represents things that are unknown to you and by others. For example, you may have some dazzling untapped abilities that neither you nor anyone else knows about. Now I am showing the ideal Johari window, which will look like this. A large open area is important for you. So large open area is the ideal Johari window quadrant for you. Open area quadrant 1, a large open area shows that you are aware of your abilities, feelings, and behaviors, and that the people around you understand you well. A small open area can be a sign that someone is young or is new to this job because he has not shared much information about himself or may not be very self-aware. But it can also reflect someone who is an introvert, uncommunicative, or difficult to work with. Blind area, that is quadrant 2, it can also reveal deeper issues such as feelings of incompetence or anger that you have not faced up to, but that others senses in you. A small blind area indicates that you are aware of how your behavior affects other people, whereas a large blind area suggests that you may be naive or even in denial about it. A large blind area could also mean that your colleagues are keeping what they know about you to themselves. No one works at their best when they are in the dark. So it is important to reduce the size of your blind area. Third quadrant, that is hidden area. However, hiding information about yourself that is related to your work or your performance could lead to co-workers having less trust in you. So if your Johari window has a large hidden area, you could try to be more open with them. Unknown area, that is quadrant 4. A large unknown area may just be a sign of youth or inexperience, but it can also mean that you need to work hard on discovering and releasing new information about yourself. I hope that I am able to explain the topic in simple terms. The topic is very important, that is self-awareness. I have explained about the Johari window, and the use of Johari window in your day-to-day life is very important. Any suggestion and feedback will help me for my future videos. Any queries in the subject matter may be intimated through email or contact number given in my introductory page or here under. In future, I will be available through Zoom or Google Meet. If you have liked the topic, kindly like the video and subscribe and tap the bell button. I like to work interactive videos for our mutual benefits. Your encouragement will motivate quality of work. Thanks and regards.